Hi guys, my name is Drew Coyle. I'm a full-time content creator and community builder, and today we're going to be doing a deep dive into my Discord community and what I think is the ultimate tool for building communities online. So I uploaded my first video to TikTok, and in 2019 I was streaming on Twitch. I had just heard about the platform. I thought it'd be cool to start uploading content like I had seen other YouTubers do, where they upload their Twitch content elsewhere to drive in algorithmic reach to find new viewers and followers to then channel and send them to Twitch. Twitch is a really difficult platform for discoverability, and that's when I first got introduced to TikTok. It was for gaming. My Twitch channel ultimately died. I ended up uploading a video to TikTok on a whim many months later, probably about 6 months, and it went immediately viral. It was my first video uploaded to the platform that was non-gaming related, and I believe it crossed and generated about 1.1, 1.2 million views in the first week. There's this really interesting, level of reward on TikTok. When you hit 1,000 followers, you're then granted the permission to live stream. So having a live streaming background, once I hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, I felt like this was an opportunity for me to continue live streaming, maybe on a new platform that has more discoverability. And it really wasn't until probably about 3 months that I decided to take it seriously, with the power and opportunity that the algorithm provides to connect with like-minded people and or build this community online, which eventually started to turn into a lifestyle brand. But it has, I'm still trying to figure out how to take it seriously. I don't think creating content is for everyone. It's definitely not for me. My level of success on TikTok and creating content just comes from consistency. If you're watching this video and you've always wanted to create content, build your own brand, or have a following, probably the number one reason why I have a following over why you might not in this moment is because I have probably, at the time of where I scaled and grew the fastest, I was just being more consistent, and I was there uploading. And I'm a firm believer that a lot of people who create content who are successful at what they do are usually more successful than the other person because they're willing to put more time and effort into it. And it's been a funny journey, and I'm hoping not to give up. I think I'm still at the very beginning of it. I'm not comparing myself to anyone else, and so I always feel like I'm at the very beginning. So I love speaking to Twitch because that's just what started my whole journey. I was introduced to Discord, which is a social media platform that specializes in providing the tools to create online communities. And I got introduced to Discord through more or less a stranger who became a colleague over time on Twitch. I was live streaming on Twitch, gaining I had about 3 to 5 viewers, people watching me play video games, and I thought I was building the coolest and most positive community on the platform. And someone was like, you gotta get a Discord server. Every Twitch streamer has one. I was like, what? Every Twitch streamer has one? I gotta have it. What is it? Avo is their name. They brought me to Discord, and I had no idea what was going on. It was bizarre. It was a server that you had to join, and once you joined, you had a username, and then you could chat in these open chat rooms. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is way too much. It's super overwhelming. Do people actually use this? And that was my first introduction to Discord. It was through Twitch, and it was initially used as the after party. That's the way I always communicated the language around my Discord server. It was the after party to my live streams. When my live streams weren't happening, I want to see you in the Discord. Be there, help invest in what we're building, help be there for people. And initially was for my fellow gamers who shared a passion for Call of Duty back in 2019. And that was my first introduction into how I found Discord. How did you make the decision to dedicate your time to Discord outside of content creation? Looking back at it, I would probably say part of me will always regret how heavy I leaned into Discord. Growing up, I feel like I always struggled with connection, making deep-rooted friendships. I've always had surface-level friendships where you have someone that you can do things with, you go for hikes, you get food, you play video games, you're playing a sport. I'm very, I feel like I haven't had an abundance of friendships that have gone deeper than that. I have a few, but it's definitely something I struggle with. And so when I was creating content during 2020, and I was scaling my TikTok, growing about 100,000 followers a month, I initially pulled away because I felt like what I was doing on the platform was very similar to what everyone else was doing. Everyone's just making content, constantly pumping it out. People follow. You rack up your likes and follows on Instagram, and all you're doing at the end of the day is just racking up your follower count. And yes, there is an underlying message, and you get to connect and build a community on those platforms. But what I felt was missing was an opportunity to let those who are so passionate and willing to support me, to allow them to connect with each other and lean on each other, potentially if they wanted to explore that dynamic. And I fell into Discord. I fell in love with Discord. I met incredible people. It reminded me in the act of creating that space. I built it with people who came from my live streams. We built it together. But I was putting in an incredible amount of time to make it work. And you know, I dedicated everything I had to Discord to learn what it took to get people excited to want to come out to events. And it's still very difficult. I was relentless. No one was going to tell me this was a bad idea. But I sacrificed a lot of growth on social media platforms to try and find a way to help provide an opportunity. I'm not saying I helped people. I believe I helped provide an opportunity and a tool that could help people. Just connect and meet, especially during a pandemic when it was just so hard and scary. And I fell in love with it. Why is Discord your bottom of the funnel? So Discord isn't a social media platform that has a heavy skill set and discoverability. There is no like algorithmic reach in terms of creating content that leads you to a Discord. You have to go elsewhere to do that. So Discord to me has always followed a very similar path and purpose, similar to Twitch. Twitch is a live streaming platform at the very bottom of the funnel, but you have to go to TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, wherever else you have to go to find people to then push them back to Twitch because Twitch doesn't have discoverability. Discord's very similar. Discord is bottom of the funnel because by being on other platforms that are suited for algorithmic reach or suited for discoverability, you can go out there, find people who might be like-minded by sharing a fun video. They see that video, they might be on the fence of whether or not they want to follow the account. They go to your profile, they see in your bio, hey, join our community of meeting people. And I think that is a strong like call to action. I would call it like a CTA of encouraging people to click on a link. Because I don't know how often I find content creators or platforms that are just trying to help provide an opportunity to meet other people. Everyone at the end of the day is looking for community, and Discord for me is the bottom of the funnel because you lean on the other platforms that are better suited for the reach and discoverability, and then you send them to Discord, and it just aggregates a pool of people who might support you on Instagram but might not necessarily like TikTok, but they could still come to Discord if they like it. People who support you on TikTok might not be as fond of long form content on YouTube, so then they go to your Discord, bottom of the funnel, and it allows you to aggregate like-minded people in a singular room. I'm gonna give you guys a quick little walkthrough of what a Discord can look like. I'm gonna show you my own Discord, and I really hope this doesn't stress you out. I hope it's not overwhelming. If you have additional questions, honestly, I hope I'm answering them as I go, but we're gonna jump straight into my community right now. So this is what a Discord server looks like, right? This is a server. On the left side, these are all different kinds of servers, right? These are all grouped into different groups, but all of this is irrelevant because this is my server and this is what we're clicked on. If I jump between two servers, everything changes, but I'm gonna stick to crew. This is my community. I've worked really hard to build this out with amazing people. And so when you look to the left side, you're gonna have these categories for channels that allow you to group categories based off of a commonality, a common topic. So I have a lot of channel topics underneath community. We have our brands. You can collapse them if it's confusing. We have our main chats. We have activities that you can participate in. We have interests in case you want to talk about music, travel, share a picture of your dog, XYZ. So let's just jump into general. This is our main chat. If I jumped in here and I wanted to send a message, you just click in the box, you say hi, and you press send. I just sent my first message on Discord. This message will live in the server indefinitely. It will always be here. I can always scroll back all the way back to when the server was honestly just created. And you can share GIFs, you can send messages, you can share emojis. We have our own custom emojis that we've created that are also animated. Here's a cat bobbing his head. And it's honestly just creating this fun environment, open chats to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. But it's important to have ways to bring people together. So this is our daily selfie. This is where we try to pull away all the toxicity on the internet. Share photos of you living your life. Let other community members see what you're up to. Let them gas you up because you're incredible. And we can just live in our world here and share with people who accept us, who are understanding of us. Making friends, especially just like in today's world, can be difficult. And I think that's a principle also of just like where a lot of this passion comes from. Say you're fortunate to go to college. Say you graduate. When you get out, meeting people kind of relies heavily. It's all on you, always, but it's more so on you now because you're not going to be around people your age, in a small little college campus where everyone shares similar interests. You're going to be set up to meet people either through an institution, community, joining local sports, whatever it might be. But it can be difficult to find people that you connect with. And so, my whole take to Discord is just this power that you have within you, where you don't know what can happen by jumping in and just saying hi. If you just take a risk and you say hi in a room full of people like you are in Discord, or at a bar full of people, or at a party full of people, they're all the same. It's on you to take a risk, how comfortable you are to say hello, introduce yourself, ask a question, start a conversation, and that can change your life. And I've seen my life directly change based off of that, by just saying hi to strangers, which have become friends through my own community. I've met up with dozens of people through this server, and I'm really, really, really proud of what we've been able to build together. And it all started on Discord, and we've probably seen about 100 people meet up in person from it. And I'll take you through that right now just to give you an example of what that might look like. This is our crew reppin' channel. I've launched some merch in the past. We have community members buying stickers, sharing photos of their stickers, which comes right back to also, if you're a content creator and you're selling merch, how are your fans, I hate the word fans, but how are your fans of your content, of your merch, of whatever you're doing, how are they connecting with each other? If you can create a way, say every merch you make, you create a scannable QR code that takes them into a channel to upload a photo of their newly acquired merch, that can create conversation. People can talk about it. They can ask questions. Where did you get it? How did you get it? How do you like it? X, Y, Z. Let people share how they're investing and believing in you. Let them share. Let them talk about it with people that understand them. If I were to go out and buy FaZe Clan merch, I love FaZe Clan, and post it on my Instagram, I don't think anyone would care. That's not, because it's not for everyone. But if I was in a FaZe Clan community bulletin board and I posted a photo wearing the newest merch, I guarantee you people would come in and gas me up and be like, yo, you know what? I bought the same thing. This is sick. Can't wait for the next launch. And you can build hype and build culture around just providing people an opportunity to talk about what they're excited about. It's so fun. We should all be doing it. Let me dive right back into it real quick. So here's an example. They all bought some of the merch, but they all met up in person. This is in DC, obviously, and so on and so forth. And this should always, always, always be top of mind for any content creator, brand, anyone looking to build something special. Use the tools that already exist. They're at your disposal. This is a free platform. Anyone can use this. And it's not like I'm doing anything mind-blowing. I'm just so passionate about it, I will give it my time until I figure it out. and I will throw things at the wall. If they fail, I'll try again, because a lot of people don't find a lot of value in Discord because it doesn't scale your following. You're not being recognized by it. It all comes internally from how much value do you get from creating and seeing your Discord community come to life. So the discoverability aspect of Discord is pretty small right now. You can't do it on your phone on the mobile application, but you can do it on a web browser or on a desktop app. You can find other servers there's like a hub where you can search by keywords, but it isn't the strongest. The best way, I believe, for brands to amplify is, if a brand is working with if a brand is doing a collaboration, you're doing a partnership, you have someone speaking to your brand, have them who already have built-in communities, leverage them to introduce your server, and have your server so prepared and so well structured that when these community members of these content creators are being introduced to your brand, they have somewhere to run off, play, have fun, and invest their time into what you're building. But yeah, I mean, normally through social media, the best and easy, quickest ways are just doing small updates on social, whether it's Instagram stories, grid posts, and whatnot. Which is kind of ironic because you're using an algorithm to bring people to your community, but that's how it is. But just I think if you were to create a server and create a community and have the vision in place and understand what the values are and what your community identity is by joining your server, there's a quote, not a quote, there's a saying where it's like, I read this in a book where it's like, if everyone can join, then it's not a community. Right? If everyone can join, because communities necessarily aren't for everyone, right? That's what makes a community. If you are building a community for people who like to work out, that already crosses off X amount of people who don't like to work out, and now you can target within that niche. So if you're building a Discord server, have those values laid out clearly. What's your membership identity look like? What are you buying into? My dad was always saying, like, you gotta buy into society. Because I never wanted to do anything. I always wanted to play video games growing up. But it truly is that. Like, if you're joining an online server that allows you to connect with people, what are you buying into? My time. I'm buying in by giving you my time. Why am I doing this? Have that clearly communicated, and then start to introduce it at different touch points of your social media and tell a story. It's all about the story too. So if you can have a narrative around the positive aspects of your server, and then underlying that, you're trying to, you want to do community research, first add unprecedented value, and then start coming in, asking the questions that help shape your company or your business. But you want to provide the value from the get-go. And start to build loyalty. And I think right now, loyalty when it comes to brands, content creators, it's just your time. Like, why am I going to give you my time? What are you giving me? What kind of personalization can brands get out of Discord? How do you tackle the Discords of different brands compared to your own? So I kind of mentioned this before, but the reason to build a Discord server is because it has to fulfill a need. It's an added layer that gives a added level of community, but it has to fulfill a need. Whether it's getting feedback on a product, community updates around your brand, gamification elements that might be missing elsewhere. Whatever it might be, the server can be tailored and built to fulfill that need. And so in my experience, from what I've seen, I've worked with content creators where servers are built for the content creator. So basically, everyone jumping in, looking for access to more pieces of that creator because, they support them, they enjoy their content, whatever it might be. Maybe just looking for a deeper relationship with that person. But there are also great opportunities when you launch a brand that you're really trying to create and fight for their time on your server. So creating a gamification element where you can unlock more access to the server, you can gain more perks, very similar to video games that we all grew up with loving, or at least I loved. And so the need of the community directly correlates to the way that it's built and the way that it's structured. And so what it comes down to is just thinking long term about, what do you want to get out of this? Are you looking to, what do you want to get out of this? and thinking long term. If you can think 12 months in advance in terms of just like what you can potentially unlock based off of your level of commitment, activity, engagement, you can really build out a really specialized experience that'll keep people coming back and checking your server weekly. How has Discord evolved for you as you've allowed it to grow? This is really interesting. So in the very beginning, I leaned so heavily into Discord that I leaned in at a very unhealthy rate. I always try to give something my all. Discord, I really wanted to just provide a really unique place, but what can be very difficult is the marketing that goes into it when I'm only communicating that I have a Discord server on live streams. I wasn't creating content around this. I wasn't ever talking about it. I don't have the biggest following. So I always talked about Discord on live streams. It's the only place I ever communicated it. So if I had 100 people on a live stream, I'd be like, hey, we have a Discord server. 4, 5, 6 people might join, and I would just do that on a daily basis. But I really wish, and I advise anyone that's looking to build a Discord server to incorporate it into your content, where it's just clearly laid out and communicated within that, customer or follower acquisition strategy. So say you have a website, simple call outs saying that you have a server that enables you to do X, Y, Z. You should never build a Discord server unless it's an aspect of the community that's going to fulfill a need. So if you're a brand and you need to do X, Y, Z and Discord's the right place to do it, great. Clearly communicate why in your marketing efforts, so you can have your content do the most work for you in terms of bringing people to your server. As time went on, I recognized that I wasn't I didn't have the strongest funnel of talking about it, marketing it. I knew if I made TikTok videos talking about the positive aspects of Discord, I'd reach more people would be joining, we could have more chaos and more fun in the server. But that just never happened, just because, it's really difficult to create content that tells a story and then plug in a call to action. And I haven't mastered that yet. So I was relentless in live streaming as often as I can, talking about Discord as often as I can, usually twice a day for about an hour each. And that was a lot. It took a toll on me, and because I leaned in so heavily, I had to take a break. And I disappeared from my community for a while, and that definitely led to some friction in terms of just, people wondering why they're there, should we still invest in it? And it was difficult to manage, and I've been trying to bring it back. But my advice for anyone starting a Discord server is just to have your separation between your level of involvement clearly defined before you start, and to find creative ways to incorporate the messaging around Discord and the positive benefits and what it can truly do for your brand, which is a no-brainer, but have that incorporated into your marketing efforts very clearly so your marketing can better work for you. I was working a little bit too hard rather than smart. But yeah, my belief is every content creator, every musician, every band, every person who is building a following should have a Discord. It doesn't have to be this place where you think you're gonna go and you're gonna monetize it, you're gonna make a lot of money, you're gonna change, you're gonna revolutionize your work. I believe in just the idea of added value. Discord gives an unprecedented level of value of bringing your community. Everyone's building a community, whether you're a brand, content creator, musician, whatever it is. You have a community of people around you, or you're looking to build one. And having a Discord bottom of funnel where people can find themselves, whether they want it or they don't, but if they want it and they stay, it's an added level of value that can be used creatively to help you solve problems that you might have faced without asking your community and polling them and gathering insight. So we're going to jump into my community here, and I'm going to highlight some of the features that Discord offers, which I think, combined creates this platform to be the best utility for community building. So let's jump right in. So this is my Discord server. This is Crew. We use a butterfly logo for our community, so it's really nice for us to incorporate our branding across the server as often as we can at different touch points. So looking at the server icon, looking at the server banner, we try to incorporate our colors and branding. And similar to the server roles on the right side, as I scroll down here, you can see there's a bunch of different playful colors. I am all about vibrant colors, sticking out in chat, making it more, easy on your eyes, because if you're staring at a computer screen all day, you might as well have some pretty colors. But on the left side here, you're going to see that there are different categories for our community, and you're going to see there's different channels within those categories. So let's take a look at this. We have the crew on read only, we have community, we have crew's brands, main chats, events, activities, interests, and music. Let's expand one category, and it's going to show me a welcome channel, which breaks down every time a new member joins the community. You can easily see when they joined, click on their name, see if a profile picture pops up. These are all new members, probably all first-time Discord users coming to the community. Here's Liz. Liz is a Twitch subscriber, crew member. We have our About Us, where I think it's important to clearly state why we have a Discord community, what's our overall goal. This section is a role selection. This is really unique to Discord. This allows us to have our community roles and access clearly stated and communicated to new members. So if you're stopping by and you want to be notified for all updates within Discord, you quickly just navigate to the bottom and you toggle on and off an emoji, which will give you a role on the server that allows me to send personalized pings to community members. We have rules and info that are clearly communicated, but I want to show you what's really special about our server is we have our main chats. Let's just say, for example, you only had this channel on your server. This is a one chat to allow community members to talk indefinitely, to go back and forth, make jokes, talk about things that are trending, whatever you want it to be. You create a room for people to talk. It'll take on a life of its own. And it's been really, really fun to be able to incorporate brands into this bigger picture. So, for example, we do have a channel here where I'm working with La Cologne. And it's been a lot of fun to do these challenges with my community where I can let them all know, all 3,700 of them know, that we have a challenge going on for the month of September. Participate in it. You want to send your photos when you're ready to go. You can submit them in contest in this other channel, and we can aggregate and pull all of the contest photos. If I were to run a contest on my Instagram and I had to ask people to DM me, it would just get so lost. It'd be very difficult to find. But on Discord, it's easy to push everyone to communicate in one singular place to run contests, competitions, polls, whatever it might be. It's been a lot of fun lately. We're just getting started with La Cologne, and this is the first of many, which I'm really excited to see evolve. But when it comes to Discord in terms of tools, we do have music channels where you can listen to music together. We have a book club. So let's just say if you join the book club and you want to navigate the book club forum. Now, Discord offers forums that allow you to easily break up conversations. So this one is labeled Book Club Member Introductions. I click on it. We have different community members introducing themselves, being a part of a book club. We're bringing people together who might not know who they are, who each other are. So we're trying to take some time to invest in each other, let them share their ideas, or let them share more about who they are. That way, in case community members come through here and read, they can get a better idea of who they're talking to on a weekly basis. But then down here, if you want to jump in voice and video and talk to other community members, you can jump in here, and now I'm in voice. The whole server can see that I'm in voice, and anyone can jump in here at any time to talk. And it's open-ended. I can turn my video chat on if I really wanted to. This is a great feature, so the community can see. We can see each other's faces. I think it's very scary when you're on the internet and you don't know who you're talking to. So building out events that bring server members together to feel comfortable to go on video, to put a face to a username, can be really important. And that can help build connection. And yeah, this is our Discord server. But another great feature that I'd love to highlight right here, which we're called Stage Crew. This is very similar to Clubhouse or Twitter Spaces, where the whole server can pile into a room and wait for a speaker to take the stage. And we can all sit in here in the audience, let them take the stage, listen to some great ideas, and disconnect whenever we want. So Discord really just provides the tools for you to pull away from it, whatever tailored experience you're looking to build. A lot of the work that I've done is working with Discord to build communities in parallel with launching a brand and or products. Let's say you work in, you're building a mobile app and you're really trying to learn more about your community, and you want to hear back from people who are excited about your product. Say you have a wait list, or say you have a list of email recipients, and you want to blast out to people to do a survey, however you're doing your research. If you put them into a Discord server and you gather feedback and you allow conversation to happen, someone might offer an idea, but then someone can elaborate and help expand that idea. And by putting multiple minds together, you can see a more productive and honestly just a better output than if you were sending like these one-to-one emails to gather feedback. And so a lot of the work that I've done recently is helping build communities in parallel with launching a product. So then when we launch a product, we have a community already built in that we've been working with, taking feedback, giving them tools and opportunities to connect with other like-minded people with the hopes of them using our product when we launch. Word of mouth, just helping build loyalty. And what can brands get out of utilizing Discord? There's so many different things that you can do. And when it comes to messaging and just having access to your community, Discord is an incredible place to do that. Like I mentioned before, being able to communicate and update your community whenever you want and ping them and talk to them about things that you find important, rather than having to rely on, email open rates, or rely on an algorithm for a story, or an Instagram post for an update on a brand, or if you're doing a collaboration. Being able to use Discord as a place, as an added layer of communication, I've seen great success. But it depends on what you need out of Discord. If you want to use it as a place to update your community, as I mentioned, if you're looking to, if you don't have any aspect of gamification within your brand anywhere, and you want to explore that, Discord's a great place to do it, and that can help build loyalty. Ultimately though, it's an unparalleled level of value, and this is a personal opinion. This is why I'm so passionate about it. I think one thing that a lot of brands don't do is not necessarily provide great product. Like, you can provide an incredible product to someone, but being able to provide an extra layer where the people who are investing in you, for you to flip it on its head and now invest in them and give them more access to do XYZ, I think that's just not found within a lot of brands. And right now, I'm not sure where we'll be headed in the future, but right now, my passion has been Discord because it solves that problem. And I'm really hoping to bring more brands to the platform. I've been working with a handful of content creators who are launching brands and products after they've raised capital. And I really want to continue to just work on as many projects as I can to strengthen my portfolio, just so I can learn more. Because I don't have all the answers. I don't think I'm this guy who knows exactly what he's doing. I'm just really passionate about it, and that's why I'm sitting here, is because now I get to hopefully share my passion with more people to give you more insight. If you're looking to build just different verticals to spend your time, I don't know. So when it comes to other platforms, I'm on Instagram. Say you're on Instagram. Say I'm on TikTok. You're on TikTok. If we're making content, we are fighting for, and we share a follower, for example. We are fighting for that follower's time and attention. We are fighting and competing against many other videos that are in the same pool, and potentially, if we're in a niche of a topic, we're fighting for even more of someone's time, because it's a niche. It's there's only a certain amount of people in that space. And when you're fighting and working with an algorithm that you have no control over, you could have the best video you've ever made in your life, and you want to upload it to TikTok. But depending on what audio you potentially slap on the video that might be trending or might be on the rise for trending, the algorithmic reach that you have and the potential of your video is going to change. And it could flop. Even if you have 1 million followers, it could flop for whatever reason. Or it could be the most successful video you've ever seen. You're gambling on these platforms, right? You're forcing your luck, and it's worth the gamble 100%. But what Discord provides an opportunity to do is when you aggregate and you bring all of your community into a singular place, and you are not fighting an algorithm to get a message out to your community, whether it's an Instagram story, an Instagram post, or a TikTok story, you have more control over what your community sees and hears from you. Because if your community has notifications turned on, they're going to get your message. It's going to send straight to their phone, and you can control the conversation of when they see what you're posting. Yes, it's dependent on how they're using the platform and checking your server of Discord, more or less, but you can still control and have more control over sending and pinging your community and letting them know about updates. Because at the end of the day, Discord allows you to send, like, similar to SMS texts that has been very popular. This allows you to send a personalized message to your server members on the dime, which is amazing. The other element that I want to lean into heavy here that Discord provides that other platforms don't is, let's just say, for example, you're a brand or you're a content creator, right? Let's say you are a content creator who loves fitness. Not fitness, who loves fitness. Say you're a content creator. Say you are a fitness content creator and you are building a brand and business around your content, right? And you're trying to pick up subscribers to, say, a program that you created. If you launch this program and you are using the platforms at your disposal without creating your own website, without creating your own application, the best you can do is encourage your community members when they are doing a workout inspired or led through you, leaning on a recipe that you might have provided, and you want to have them share their their ups and downs throughout their journey. They can share it on Instagram. They can tag you, and you can be the aggregate of, like, your tagged photos on Instagram, where people can go and explore how you're making a difference and where your community is kind of intersecting. But how do you bring your community members, people who are, say, you're a fitness trainer and I'm being worked out by you, and I have a friend who's being worked out by you, but I don't know them yet. How do I talk to someone else going through a similar life journey like me? Discord provides the means and opportunity and tools to let your subscribers, fans, clients, whatever it might be, to now talk to each other and share their journey with each other, lean on one another. If you're a fitness instructor and you've got clients, everyone's journey, everyone's story is going to be different. There are going to be ups and downs across the board, but some of them are going to resonate with others, and conversation can come from that. And by putting people into a room that have like-minded interests, conversation might start. And if you let that just organically flow, you can build culture around your brand and around your content and around your business. And that is something that Discord provides that these other platforms they create these parasocial one-to-one relationships in Instagram comments, YouTube comments. You can reply, but it isn't deep, and Discord allows you to go deep. So in the beginning, I used to promote my Discord all the time. I really wanted to give it some wheels, give it some life. But I feel like I've done as much as I can now. And so I'm at a place now with my, like, content creation career, if that's what you want to call it, of just going off and creating content. And now that I've got the Discord established, I've got an amazing group of people who've helped me build it. They can come, stop by, help me build it when they want, when they're less busy. But everyone has lives. We're all living. So I have no expectations of people spending their time in my community. I will never expect them to give me their time to do anything. But I have the tool available. The Discord server's been built. We've put in such a strong foundation with people that now I can go off and create content and prioritize other platforms that take care of me on the algorithm side to grow. For content creators, I think doing that would be the best route of just building it up front. And then as you scale, everything scales. Rather than getting to a place and then investing in a server and trying to create culture and all this stuff so fast. I'm very grateful for the way I approached it. I think I put maybe a little bit too much time into Discord, but it's fine. That led me to a business of consulting on community, which I'm very passionate about, and I'm always fighting to help give people a voice, just because so many people rely on different forms of communication to either feel comfortable or connect. But I just think when it comes to my social ventures right now, I am going to be prioritizing TikTok, Instagram, and that's really it, just those two, because I've got so much else going on in my life that I really can't do YouTube, and I can't put as much time and attention into Discord now as I was before. But I was able to put enough time to nurture it and create something really special that I honestly don't think a lot of creators are offering, which I think gives my community a level of just, a deeper level to just buy into what we're creating together. And I'm very grateful for it. But once again, guys, my name is Drew Coyle. This was my small little walkthrough of my Discord community, a few higher level touch points of what I'm so passionate about, and just trying to help people as best as I can build their own communities and strengthen the ties within their own fan base. But thank you guys for your time. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you on the next video. I don't really know if that's what you want me to do.